Younger, different person.
Well, I was different. Remember my hair and shit. Well, that was 30 years ago.
Was that my mum?
That's their mom. Yeah, she was so beautiful for a
A
bit.
bit like Jennifer Aston.
What did I just do? I think I just deleted
And
this
then you
thing.
got for a bit, a bit like Jennifer Aston.
What did I just do? I think I just
It's got Rose.
making us look like we're the McCanns.
What is that? Is that like a Christmas card or something? Oh, man, it is.
You could pretend. You could pretend. Let's turn the light. Can you do me a favor and just turn that light on over there? Turn the light on over there. Hello, everybody. Hello. Come on, come back. Come back. Don't go anywhere. We've got a visitor here, but we're not going to show you who he is because he doesn't want to be. Because he's not an internationally famous celebrity like Lewis Schaffer. But he can laugh. He's my friend. Can I say what your name is? Can I say Huntley? Can I say? Have I just said it? Have I just said it already? Anyway, so welcome to the Lewis. It's called Lewis Schaffer Uncooked because there's so little. This is the preparation that I did. I wrote down what my weight is, and I wrote down a couple of subjects that we could talk about, but I haven't written any jokes or anything. But in order for the show to work, people have to believe that it's a comedy show. Otherwise, I'm just a misogynistic, racist asshole. So they have to actually think that it's comedy. Anyway, Kate Gwynn is here, and Claire is here, and Warmellian. His name is Watermelon. He wanted Watermelon, but they think Watermelon was taken. Is that right? MC Scott, Alex, Marianne. We're already up. It's going to be a very busy show because it's Thursday. Thursdays are our busiest shows. And when I talk about busy shows, Huntley, I'm thinking there could be maybe 2 or 3 million people watching. Or 40. Or 40. Did you think this was going to happen? You're going to come to my flat and you're going to be on the TV. You don't want to be. You can just shake your head. You don't want to be on TV. I've known Huntley. How long have I known you for? Over 20 years? Could it be 20 years? How old was Naya how old is she now? 22?
Yeah.
Right, so I've known you 20 years.
Yeah.
Was I a good dad?
The best.
The best. You're just saying that. Was I good?
Yeah, he was good.
I was good. You can't hear him, but he's saying that I was good. Remember to like, and the people, they look after the stream. So what happens is like and subscribe, everybody, because if people like it, then YouTube, they think, oh, this must be a good video, live stream. But this is, and then also subscribe. Everybody here is subscribed. Joe is here. She is subscribed. Let's see. Let me just make sure I say hello to everybody. Gnome Hunter is here. Darklands is here. They live also in England, in these vague, weird places in England, between here. It's always between two places somewhere. Like they live between Chester and Manchester. They live between Eastbourne and Brighton. They live in this weird area over here. Six Badges. I thought it's a girl. I thought it was a girl. So I was like flirting with her like crazy because I'm like so lonely. Do I seem like lonely to you? No, you're probably not paying attention. It's a bit weird. Do I seem lonely? This is going to be one of the weirdest shows. We've got a guest with nobody, but you can see your arm. Wave your hand. Wait, don't wave your hand. Don't wait. People will see you're black. I was a good dad. You were a very good dad. I thought you were a great dad.
Thank you.
Yeah, we used to go places, do things. We used to go sit in that stupid Peckham Rye Park thing.
Yeah.
How cold was that? Was that the coldest place on earth? But it was the Peckham 1 o'clock club. Why are they called 1 o'clock clubs? Do you know why? Do you want to know why? Kermit is here. Andrew is here. Julian is here. It's building up. And we used to sit in Peckham Rye 1 o'clock club, north facing. That was the north. That's the north when we were sitting there looking across the park.
Yeah.
No trees.
Yeah.
Totally unprotected from the cold air.
Yeah.
And it was freezing.
Yeah, it was. It always used to be cold and windy there.
It was cold. It was cold and windy. They tried to ban me because I questioned those two people who lost their little girl, whose little girl was supposedly kidnapped.
Oh,
yeah. Do you remember? Yes. And because I questioned that anyway. I'm increasingly convinced Lewis has a stolen mannequin with a nice shirt from a store. That's you. That is actually Wormelian really funny. The idea that I would have like somebody who's not real. No, he is quite real, and you're almost. I mean, you're not a legitimate person, but you live a legitimate lifestyle. Do you not?
Yeah.
You got 3 kids,
Yeah.
right? You got a wife
Yeah.
who loves you all these years,
Yeah.
right? You got a house there up there, whatever, wherever that came from, but whatever. I mean, meanwhile, I'm kicked out of my house. I couldn't see my kids all those years, you know. I mean, do you remember Rob, my friend Rob? He sat in on the show once. Rob, you remember Rob, the guitar playing Rob? He, he was like you in a way. He kept his wife happy. What's the key thing to keeping your wife happy? Do you think about it, or you just laid back over the whole thing?
I think about it all the time.
Do you think about keeping her happy all the time?
Yeah, it's like your mission in life.
Like your mission in life. I don't know whether you can hear this. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer over here.
Don't worry.
No, just so we can hear it. Just so we can hear it. That's the thing about men. You keep her happy. I never hear women saying, "I want to keep my man happy." Am I right? Do you ever hear women ever talk like that in the videos? My man came home from work today and he didn't smile at me. How can I keep him happy? Have you ever heard anything like that? No, you never do. He's saying no. Well, why is that funny? It's totally true. Isn't it the same? But like when we come home, when you go home to your house there and she's not smiling, you think, oh my God, I better get her smiling. Is that true? Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Men actually care about women. And then we're accused of not caring. Just because we don't speak the same language, those horrible women think. Why am I a dungeon keeper, but Claire is a lady? You're feeling this. Joe, are you a dungeon? You're not a dungeon keeper. We just haven't... No, and Claire is a lady, but you're a lady too. All these girls. I flirt with every single one of them, and I tell them to their faces, if they lose weight, I will do them. Is that a horrible thing? No.
No comment.
No comment. Joe, and Claire points this out. You're a skinny girl. Let's everybody be skinny. We got Mark Therosian. He's half Armenian. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in, Mark Therosian. And sell air and Audax. If the guest is being held against his will, cough twice. That was 3 times. He's not held against his will. Well, we have to figure out what we're going to do with you. Whether you're going to... Are you happy just sitting here and enjoying this?
Well,
You seem a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
I'll just be an observer.
You just be an observer for legal purposes.
Yeah.
For legal purposes, it's good. And so what it is this is what I think about women. Let me just say this: you need to make a woman happy, or do you need to think about making a woman happy, or isn't it true, Huntley, that you can't make a woman happy, but you should be observant to what you're doing that could make them unhappy? Does that sound believable?
Yeah, that sounds...
Like instead of going out of your way as a man to make her happy, right? Mm. Instead of that, let's figure out ways of making her not unhappy. Like maybe not forgetting her birthday, or not taking her out to dinner enough, or not telling her you know what I mean? There's lots of nots.
Mm. Yeah.
That you could, if you don't pay attention to, you could maybe skip one of these things and she'd just go mental on you. Do you agree with what I'm saying here? Joe says, Lewis, because I have buried all my exes in a cellar. And the thing is about these people, they're all pretty funny. But they think they're funnier than I am, and they probably are. I'm not as funny as I used to be. Can you see it's written there? Which I had to extend into a dungeon because there were too many exes. Yeah. Well, the Bible actually says that. It says that if a woman has 2 or 3 dead husbands, no more husbands for her. Have you heard of that? I think that's in the Bible. I think that's in the Bible. So let's not kill our husbands. Lewis is looking like the milk tray man today. Very dapper. Well, because I'm wearing my black. I basically have changed I only wear this shirt and I wear another shirt. Are those shoes really expensive? They look super, super expensive.
I don't know. They're pretty old. So, yeah.
Why do you need shoes? You have shoes. They're multicolored Adidas. I assume they're Adidas.
Yeah.
They've got some kind of Indian decoration. Yeah. Did you put that on yourself, or did it come with that?
Yeah, it came with it.
It came with an Indian decoration.
Yeah.
Maybe I can go. This is something else that I've been doing lately. This is 155 shows. What would you call these shows? Adidas, trainers, Native American. I translated. I was going to call it Indian, but Native American style for the UK. Is that them? That's not them. Could it?
Jeremy Scott.
Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Jeremy Scott. I'm doing a Google search on this. Here, let's go back up here. We'll go up here instead so you guys can see it. Jeremy Scott. Oh, here it is. No, is that it? There they are. Oh my God, they're cost a fortune. Oh my God. 266 pounds. He's not here. He went off to the loo, so we can say we don't like these shoes. Do we like these shoes? Jeremy Scott sneakers, Eagle size. I think they're too much. I don't understand what this thing in the back is. Do you like these shoes, people? A man wants to make a woman happy, doesn't know how to do it. Sometimes, this is Mark talking. Sometimes we do it and don't know how we did it. Can't ask how we did it. Looks like we don't know what we're doing. That's exactly true. We stumble on making a woman happy, and then they wonder, why aren't you making me happy all the time? That's really true. So what do you think about his new shoes? Car time, Lewis. Speak to you lot soon, says Gnome Hunter. Okay, we'll speak to you soon. Let's not say goodbye. Everybody, let's not say goodbye to anybody. Let's not say goodbye. This is the first non-guest that we've had. Huntley's in the loo. We had kids similar ages, and we just used to hang out together. It was so much. I'm not saying being a parent of kids that age is fun, because it's diversionary. It's similar to this. It's like, what are we going to do today? We're going to go to the 1 o'clock club. We'll go to the 1 o'clock club at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll go to the 1 o'clock club at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll go to another 1 o'clock club at 4, just to get out of the house. His name is Huntley. I don't know if I could give away his last name, but his name is Huntley. What else can I call him? I don't know whether I'd love to have to see how much he wants to be introduced. Because you have to remember one thing about Lewis Schaffer is it could be a mark of death to be associated with me. It could be, Kate. But he's from London. He's a London boy. Adidas Gazelle originated from the Adidas campus. What does that mean, Russ? 1974. No. Tell your guest that owing to his choice of footwear, we don't want to have him as a guest. No, we can't say that. No, let's all say that we like the footwear. Lewis has a guest called Huntley, and he's in the toilet right now, Joodles. Yeah. I mean, he's the first non-show. I never heard of this. I never heard of somebody coming on a show and not being on the show. Did you want another cup of coffee? Where are you going?
Some stuff in my bag.
Okay. You had your tooth done, Joodles. A terrible day. Lost my wallet yesterday, Kermit. Oh, that's really bad news. That's really, really bad news. Nah, Joodles swerved it yesterday and off to the Hossie I guess the Hossie is like a hospital. Lost or had it nicked, Kerms. He's probably trying to escape out of the little window in the toilet. Did you try to escape out of the window in the toilet, Huntley? There's no window. Okay, but there was no window. But he's trying to sneak out the kitchen right now. Sneak out the kitchen. But his shoes caught up on the toilet flush. Yeah, they're big shoes. They're really expensive. I shouldn't have checked that out. $350. 266 UK. It's great. You're having your wisdom tooth done in the hospital, Joodles. Much better. I think they only do it in the hospitals. I went to the doctor to have my tooth done. And also, they didn't do it. I'm trying to remember what the story was. They didn't do it. I don't remember myself. So MC Scott is happy that Joodles is having it done in the hospital. Well, I left it on the self-service till, so probably nicked. Yeah, that is really... What, for your car? This is why you can't have a car. Isn't he in some kind of cellar? No, he is right here. He's fine. Lewis, type in eBay, Travis Scott, X-Fragment Designs, Nike Air Jordan, Retro High. Are they really expensive? I'll look it up because you have suggested that I look it up. Okay? I'm going to go here, go Control C. I'm going to go here to this. I'm going to go here to here. I'm going to go here to here, to here, to here. These are good, but then they're 130 pounds. Oh, okay. A Nike Air Jordan Redman's sneakers, 3,773. So that's not the same kind. I like the colors. I like this blue and black. I like that a lot. Travis Scott. Is that what this is? It's got the high. Does it say how much it is? 160 pounds, $60. $160. I don't know about that. I've been to the dentist today for a root canal. Oh, sorry, Julian. After getting an abscess, can't remember pain like that before. Feeling a bit sorry for myself. Teeth are overrated. Well, they used to pull out people's teeth back in the day. Do you remember that? They pulled out people's teeth. So people, hold on, what's going on here? You know, there you go. There you go. So everybody, let's say a prayer for Julian, no more pain, or as little pain, or to help you get through your pain as easily as possible. Dame Claire said, I had 2 wisdom teeth out last year. The dentist coming at me with the pliers was a sight I won't forget. I could feel the pulling. Yeah, well, that's what they have to be pulled out. I mean, I lost this. I got teeth here and teeth here, and then my whatchamacallits. Can you know? Is it unsexy? Should I go somewhere and have it done? Can you see that? Can you see that teeth there? He just realized that Lewis doesn't buy toilet paper, preferring to use scraps of paper he found in the park. He's constantly running his butt up and down the edge of the bath. Blood. Should I do that? I don't do that. Are you coming back in? Look in the bag over there. See if any of these things. And what do I do with them? He's vaping. He's vaping. He's vaping. If you didn't know him, you think he's super cool. He is cool. He is cool. But you can't even call them directly. Then I got back there after driving 50 miles. All I got was no sorry. Well, you have to actually return. That's the worst part. The worst part is you've got to go back to the place you lost something to see if it's there, Kermit. That's the problem. Adidas Campus was the original suede sports shoe Adidas released to rival the Puma Clyde, which I used to wear, which was later renamed the Puma Suede. Later, Adidas stopped making the Campus and replaced it with Gazelle. Oh, I did not know the history of that, Russ, or as we call him, 1974. Julian, bless you. Bless you, Claire. This is what she says. Hope you feel better. It's horrible to have your teeth pulled. It's horrible. They gotta grind it out. You basically, whenever something like that happens, you've got to get into the pain. This is what my belief system is feeling the pain. Don't you go, I hope it doesn't hurt. I hope it doesn't hurt. You go in there with an attitude like, I hope this is horrible. Much like this show. You just hope it's going to be horrible. You hope it's going to be horrible. Hope it's going to be horrible. It's bad when you lose your wallet. I haven't lost my wallet in maybe 35 years or something. I keep on expecting it to happen, and it hasn't happened. But 30, maybe 40 years. I paid a fortune for a tooth implant 3 years ago. I've got no idea how dentists can charge so much. Yeah, how can they charge so much? It should be included on the NHS if you're going to include anything on the NHS. No. Says Russ, they're 1,026 pounds, and they are second-hand sports shoes. People have a lot of money that they can spend on stuff like that. I put a pair of pants on Vinted today. On Vinted, a 501 Levi's jeans, and hopefully someone's going to buy it. But they're only I put them up for £10. I don't know how much they are. My wallet is always at home, as my cards are on my phone and wallet now, says Mark the Rosian. Well, what happens when they steal it? That's a really good point. I mean, I'm constantly losing my over 60s bus and train pass. And I've actually got two of them, and they both work. So if I lose one, I've got the other one. My wallet is always at home. That's what Mark the Rosian says. Russ, that's so interesting because I love gazelles. I always wear one of my 20 pairs. Do you really have 20 pairs of shoes, Claire? Do you really, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Claire? Run like the wind, da 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 da. Oh, and there was still 80 quid in it. Yeah, I mean, I keep some money in my wallet. You want to go over what's in my wallet? Why would you be interested? I got a UK driver's license. I've got I've got 2 debit cards. I've got a Nectar card, which I never use. A Nectar card, which I never use. I've got a Tesco Club card that I never use. I've got my GB News pass, which I'll never use again. I guess I gotta get rid of it or something. I've got a tanning pass. Can you see this? For tanning. I've got a business card, an old business card, 30 years old of mine, and I've got my senior rail card. So I've got those. That's what I have in my wallet. Plus, here's some money, 10 pounds. I don't know why you need to see this. I don't even know why I'm showing this, because I'm waiting for Huntley to come back. Huntley, come back. No, are you coming back? You got to come back, because I've got your phone right here. I've got my Freedom Pass. Can you see my Freedom Pass? It means I can go anywhere. Let me count up how much money I have in my wallet. We're doing a show and tell. Is this the stupidest kind of show? You're not leaving. Are you leaving? Yeah, you're off. What do you mean you're off? Don't you think you should show your face to these people? Who wants to see Huntley? Don't leave, Huntley. Oh my God, Huntley. All right, let's say goodbye to Huntley. I'm going to say goodbye to Huntley. Let me just shake Huntley's hand. Let me give Huntley a hug. He's a bit fat. He's not as fat as Huntley. Now you're fat. You're not super fat, but you could lose a bit of weight. He's got high blood pressure. Let me give you a hug. He's fat. All right, I'll see you later. Yeah, you're not. You got your legs are all right. Your head is all right, but I mean that's what we have. We have to lose weight in order for our blood pressure. I should call you. Or you should call Claire. I should send my friend Claire here. She's like a weight lift person. Not a weight lift person. She's a weight loss person, not a weight lift person. No, she's not going to lift you up. She weighs like 50 pounds. She's not going to lift. She can barely lift herself up. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. What? We're losing this thing. All right. Well, thank you. Say hello to Lucy and Nyan and the kids. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Everyone, a big round of applause. They're giving you a big round of applause. Huntley, come back, Huntley. Where's Brinkley? Huntley Brinkley. These people are not going to understand that, Marianne. So I'm carrying around 45 pounds in my wallet because I went to see Crystal Palace. Let's see. Maybe I've got pictures of stuff. I've got pictures of stuff. I've got jokey pictures. Here's another business card. This was like my business card when I was younger. I had a business card. Can you see what it says? It says, call me. It didn't have any phone number on it. People used to laugh. This is when people used to give out business cards. Here's a yellow business card. Can you see the yellow one? Call me. And then there's pictures of all just stupid stuff. I used to find playing cards on the street, and they were always aces. I don't even know why. Somebody must have been scamming somebody. So welcome to the show, everybody. This is show 155, 13th of November 2025. And I woke up this morning and I weighed 77.7, which is basically what I've weighed for the last 3 or 4 days. I went down into the 60s, and I just thought, I've got to eat something. I can't be in the 76. Instead, I went down from 77 into 76, and this is what can happen anyway. I do have 20 pairs of gazelles, Lewis, and most of them from Vinted. Yeah, I mean, a lot of gazelles. Moths and boar. Okay, I don't know what that means. They are stopping the Tesco Club card in April. Why is that? Why are they stopping? I never even use it, really. It's just like, it's too much effort for me to dig into my wallet to pay. When I lost my wallet, says Lud, the thing I really missed was the irreplaceable family photograph that I had. I don't know who the family was, though. They came with the wallet, but they looked nice. That's a good joke. We're going to have good jokes today. Last night we didn't have any good jokes. I was in a mood. And I wish to apologize to everybody who told jokes last night that I didn't laugh. Kate Gwynn says, Huntley, come back. Joodles, don't mind us. Don't, no. Some people do not like to be on the TV. They don't like it. I mean, I like it, but some people don't like it. Number 2 son here loves it. Number 1 son doesn't love it. Very clever, Lewis, keeping your guests' phones so that they have to come back. Jonathan Ross and the BBC could have saved millions in guest payments if they employed that tactic, Warm Alien. Yeah, I kept his phone. You can't trust these people to come back. They have to come back. Is that a business card or a hit-me-up card? It was a hit-me-up card, of course. Whatever it was, I never gave it to any girls. I wasn't good with girls for many, many years until I met my wife and the mother of my children. Until I met her. And then we had sex, and then I said I got to marry her. I'm very conservative. I'm really conservative. Did he say wallet? Kermit says he meant sideboard draw. What is a sideboard draw? I don't know what that means. You look amazing at 77.4 kilograms, Lewis. Thank you very much, Claire. This is what I like to hear. I like to hear that I look good. I look good. Mark, how did you know what I was going to do? Let's see what Mark said. How big is his wallet? It's not a big wallet. I've got 35 pounds in my wallet, maybe 45 pounds. I forgot what I said. Barclays brought them. So they don't want to. Okay, let me just get back on track. They brought them, they took, they bought them. Who did they buy? Who took over Tesco banking? MC Scott. Barclays. Oh, I see. Barclays. Well, I'm a Barclay banker. Whatever. Sideboard drawer, equivalent to a junk drawer. Oh, I see. Like a man drawer, like what Michael McIntyre spoke about. Okay, thank you, Marianne. Oh, you asked it as a question without knowing whether it's definitely true, but it sounds true, so I'll accept it. I'll accept it as true. Was that nice? It's nice to see Huntley. It's nice to see Huntley. And that is the thing. I've lived in this country so long. I've got friends who, 20-year-old friends. I would like to think I'm his friend. I don't know if he's my friend. No, he's lovely. He's like lovely. He's like lovely. He's like lovely. He's like lovely. I found a wallet today, and as a good Christian, Julian says, there's Julian. I thought, what would Jesus do? So I turned it into wine. That's a joke, too. That's a good joke. It's not a great joke, but it's a good joke. What would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Do you remember Jesus? That is the weirdest story ever. I'm not going to question somebody else's religion. But it's a weird story. The idea that God is killing his own kid. That's really weird. Why would God kill your own kid? And is he is he a God? It's very complicated. But this is what people believe. They believe what they want to believe, and they disregard the rest. What song is that? Hi, Kermit wants his wallet back. Jesus would be alive today if he had a gun. That's funny and true. Probably it's true. He says, I don't want to die. I'm not going up on the cross. Right? Thank you very much. That's what I was singing. In a clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down and cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame. I am leaving, but the fighter boxer still remains. Well, Abraham was tested when he was told to sacrifice his son, but he didn't have to sacrifice his son. I mean, in a way, that story makes a bit more sense. It's the idea that, do you really believe in me? Because I'm going to ask you to do something absolutely crazy, basically. Marianne, good memory there. Good song. Lewis, God killing his own son. Did I miss something? The Romans did. But God couldn't have stepped in and told the Romans to stop. He couldn't have had an earthquake or a fire. He couldn't have had what are those bugs that eat the tree? What is it called? Okay, Joe. So we don't know. You can blame the Romans if you want to. We didn't see Huntley Lewis. You could invite camera shy guests. You're breaking you. Only you could invite a camera shy guest. You're breaking new ground, Andrew Rubin. Yes, I think it's. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Let's say 20, 30 years from now, and I'm famous. And people remember. You remember the Lewis Schaffer show? He had guests on the show that you couldn't even see. They didn't even want to be on the show, so they couldn't see it. So maybe you'll be remembered as something. Mark the Rosians. You got all those lyrics right, Lewis. Thank you, Joodles. I mean, it was a very important song in my childhood. Very important song. Mark the Rosian says a Holocaust survivor dies of old age and goes to heaven. He tells a Holocaust joke to God, and God says, that's not funny. The man says, I guess you had to be there. Oh, my God. That's a very good joke. I don't know if I like it, but it is a good joke, saying God wasn't there when the Holocaust happened. That's why he didn't find the Holocaust joke funny. God. So maybe there is no God. I mean, I'm beginning to believe in God because I really like the prayer to God portion of this show. I hope you guys like it. I like when we pray. After the show, I feel more relaxed. But that's a very good joke, Mark the Rosian. I guess. I don't know. Do you like that joke by Mark the Rosian? Judah's like that show, The Boxer. I mean, Paul Simon was like almost like a new Dylan in a way, and he's not even that much older than Bob Dylan. That's the shocking thing. It's like Dylan came in 1961 or something, and then the Beatles came in 1964, and then all the other American acts who got something from the Beatles came in 1965, 66, the Byrds, the Doors, all those guys. But Judels thought it was an important song, so thank you very much. I love that we pray. I am always praying. We should start praying. We should start praying. I guess. I'm not saying we should believe in God yet, but we should work towards believing in God. Marianne says prayer answereth all things. Yes. I mean, it has some benefit. It's like I saw a TikTok video, but not TikTok because I don't have TikTok. I have to install it again. But it says that just sitting in a chair for 30 minutes, not doing anything, can focus your mind to be a better person, which is what prayer is. Let's think of what we're going to pray about later. Lewis, that is what happened, not arguing with you tonight. What happened? God killing his own kid. The Romans killed his own kid. Okay, we're not arguing, yeah. The Romans did. But how come the Jews get blamed? Hold on a second. How come God let it happen? Sorry. I went to get a cup of coffee. I mean, I had already made it before. I made it for Huntley, but he didn't like having milk, so I made him another one because I'm a great guy. I'm a great guy. Prayer is very powerful, says Darklands. Yes, it is. It is really powerful. Even collective prayer is the most powerful because you see all the people who are thinking the same stuff that you're thinking. You'd think I was religious, but no. However, that doesn't mean I don't pray to God still. I mean, this country used to be a religious country, and then it stopped being a religious country. Maybe one of the reasons why it stopped being so religious is because you had a king who basically disbanded the religion. Am I right? And here's a joke from Russ. Where do Russian Muslims go to prayer? Moscow. Moscow. Moses went to Mount Olive, so Popeye hit him. Okay, that's a Lud's joke. That's a joke too. You think okay? I mean, I'm not religious, but I went to synagogue, temple. We called it temple, but it's like synagogue, whatever it was, because we were Reformed Jews when I was younger, and I never prayed. I never prayed. I used to pray that things didn't happen because I didn't believe in the power of prayer. I mean, I'm not sure that I do now, but we are building. It's such a philosophical layered joke because if you believe God was there, then he didn't do anything. And if he wasn't there, and if he wasn't, then he can't be everywhere like we were told. Exactly right, Mark DeRosie. And that's what makes it a very strong, it's kind of like God, where were you, God? Where were you when we needed you? It's one of those jokes. It's like one of my favorite jokes about the two boats in a helicopter, which I've told many, many times. That's one of my favorite jokes. But I actually think that the more you think something's going to happen, the less it happens. The lamb happened. Yeah, well, I had to go. I got to get a cup of coffee. I had to close the door. I don't want to leave the door open while I'm here. My boys are not here at this moment. They should be back soon. But who wants the police to come in? Who wants Keir Starmer to come in? Is Keir Starmer going to make it? The helicopter joke is very good, says MC Scott. It is an amazing joke. It says to each of us, and maybe we're not the right audience for this, but people, God is going to take care of it. God is going to take care of it. And God is saying, I am taking care of it, but you've got to take some action yourself. That's the helicopter joke. It's a really good joke. But I've been thinking, because I was thinking today about Keir Starmer and how can they get rid of him if he doesn't want to go? Even if they vote him out, they can't vote him out. Why should all of Parliament have this vote? This is a parliamentary system. Keir Starmer could come in as your guest, Lewis. Yeah, possibly. You missed a guest, Lucy. You missed a very good guest. You got to be on time. I don't know where you've been. Maybe you can't handle an hour and a half show, but you missed our guest, Huntley. You missed our guest, Huntley. You missed our guest, Huntley. He said I was a good dad. That's very, very important. Well, kind of, Lucy Van Pelt. He didn't appear, but he was indeed there. Well, you could see a little bit of his shoulder, and you could see me talking to him in a believable way. Lucy is talking to Claire. She's talking to Claire. She's talking to Claire. But, Keir Starmer, what I would like to say over and over again is this too loud? Maybe this is too loud. How about that? Is that too loud? Okay, let's say that's not too loud. Okay. Kermit says, quote, well, if she didn't go to the mountains, Muhammad would have to come here, says Stan Laurel. I don't know why that's a joke. Moshe prayed daily to win the lottery, and every week he didn't win. He kept praying, "Oh, please, Lord, it would help my family," and won nothing. He still prayed. I think he's spelling prayed wrong. Goes to meet halfway to buy a ticket. He hadn't bought a ticket. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to in America. I don't know whether they brought it here. The advertising agency that was developing the lottery says you got to be in it to win it, which was brilliant. Do you remember that? You got to be in it to win it. You got to buy a ticket. You can't just believe in God. That's a really good point, Mark Therosian. You got to be in it to win it. Jesus was a Jew. It's hard, but you can't blame God for everything that happens. It is on us. Don't cancel me. Just being profound for a second. I'm not going to cancel you. I'm one of the least cancelable person, but it's, I mean, I don't believe in God, but I'm not going to say that because he might get offended if he hears me say that. So I'm not going to say that. It's a bit quiet now. Okay, I made it a bit louder. How about that? Okay, it's not just me then. The volume has indeed dropped. Yeah, I turned it off because I see this thing. I see the audio input capture bouncing all over the place. He has nothing to compare anything to. The sound changes, not just daily, but sometimes midstream. Of course, because I don't have earphones. I'm afraid to plug the earphones in. I'm afraid for that. I think it was Carnegie's mate, Lucy, who came around to see him, but he wasn't there, and Lewis tried to get him on. He didn't want to, but I was late in, so could be wrong. Yes, no, that's not quite exactly. It's my friend Huntley. He's a grown man. He's in his 50s. He has 3 children. One of his kids is, well, the girl is the same age as Carnegie, and they were friends, and we used to go hang out together all the time. And when I say all the time, I was out and about every single day. There was not a single day that I took a day off. Every single day we went someplace, which is maybe why my kids don't want to leave the house now. But so it wasn't Carnegie's mate, but it was the mate, the dad of his mate. Okay. And the interesting thing was, I ran into one of Carnegie's mates yesterday in the park. It was really weird. Really, really weird. Really weird. Lucy. He sat next to Lewis. This is Dame Claire saying this, but didn't want to be seen, so Lewis talked to him. Then he went to vape in the kitchen. Then he went home. Sounds amazing. What an amazing time. The first lottery in the UK was the 11th of January, 1567. I did not know that, Caribby. Caribby from Greenwich. I did not know that. Remember, God gave us free will, so we have to take responsibility too. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wish I hadn't gotten into this subject talking about God. There's nothing. I mean, I don't want to be negative. I'm not being negative. Darklands. But let's believe. And Joe and Darklands are on the same page. I mean, you can't just sit there. I believe that God helps us focus. Maybe God is. What if God were one of us? What if God were just some guy on a bus? What's the word? What is the song? That's the song. I like the UK lotto. I seem to win small amounts quite often. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're moving to Blackheath. Is Blackheath fancier than Greenwich? I think it is. I think Blackheath is, Greenwich is more interesting, I think. Well, there's parts of Greenwich that are really posh, I think. And parts of Blackheath that probably aren't as posh as they could be. Yeah, Kermit's asking to go from Blackheath to Greenwich. The only places with color in the name. Lewis. Joe asks, Lewis, it's a huge subject, free will, etc. So much stuff to think about. Well, that's what life is. How much free will do we have? Do we have free will? What exactly is free will? We've been trained since we were children to believe a certain thing. To believe. Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. Well, I would say this. Joan Osborne saying that. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you for the lyrics. I hope God is not some slob on the bus. I hope that God is God, if there is a God. And I hope he's our God, looking after me personally and not looking after my enemies. Speaking of God, when God made men, she was only joking. Okay, that's a Carrie B joke. Christ on a bus. Yeah. What is that? That's what about Lee Herring's show that he did? I don't know what was the name of his show on a bike. Christ on a bike. I mean, it's a huge mistake if there's a woman who's a God. If God is a woman, you could just imagine how bad that they would be. Like that they're running the Church of England. Nothing personal. But Judas laughs a lot here. Darren Brown did an episode on making your own luck. People who think positively have better luck. Well, why do they have better luck? Because they do things more often. They're trying things more often. That's what they're doing. People who are optimistic try things. People who are pessimistic do not try things. That's why they have better luck, because they do it more often. They don't give up. People who don't give up are more successful than people who give up. If a being can create life, this is what Mormelian says. That was Daz. I didn't give Daz credit for this, Darren Brown. But that's interesting, Daz. Mormelian says, if a being can create life, it probably doesn't have to travel on anything as primitive as a bus. Well, a woman could create life, and I see women on buses. Mormelian. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. Whatever, I don't even know if I can remember the rest of it. Judo says, it was brilliant as Tad Morden. Looking forward to Lewis Todd Morden. How am I pronouncing it wrong? How would you pronounce it, Joodles? Todd Morden? I can't even wait. I gotta go check out what the answer is. Todd Morden pronunciation. Okay, where did this go? Hold on, don't move. Don't move.
Todmorden, Yorkshire.
It's in Yorkshire.
Todmorden, Yorkshire.
Todmorden. That doesn't sound right. Does that sound right?
Todmorden,
Todmorden. What does it mean? It means Tada's Boundaries Valley. Todmorden, is that how you would pronounce it? Is that how you would pronounce it, Joodles? Let's see. Todmorden is how they say it. Tomerdon. That was brilliant. Todmorden, looking forward to Lewis pronouncing that. Well, I looked it up. Joodles says Ptarmigan. It's like I say about equality. Why do women want to be equal to men when we are far superior? One of the few Nigerian docs is also a pastor running around his church. He says men lead and women assist. Okay, that's not right. They don't pronounce the first D. So you say it's pronounced Ptarmigan. So the first D is not pronounced. Anybody want to back that up? It sounds reasonable. I won't be able to listen to the late stream. Sunday mornings, I've got to play the organs for the parson. Is that a joke? That's also could be a joke too. Got to play the organs. It could be a joke. Anyway, so do you think it matters who the head of the Labor Party is? I don't think it does. They want to let in vast numbers of immigrants. They want to raise taxes. They want to destroy the country. There's nothing you can do about it except get rid of them. Ptarmigan. I'm gonna look this up again. How to pronounce Todd Morden. Todmorden. The emphasis. It says Todmorden.
So a few weeks ago, I did a video about the most mispronounced places in Yorkshire, and it turns out I didn't cover many of the most mispronounced places in Yorkshire. Here are some of the other places people thought should have featured. So many people got in contact about this place, Keighley in West Yorkshire. People sick of it being referred to as Keighley. And yes, I know that local pronunciation might be a little bit different, but officially it's Keighley. Some of the other popular ones, Sorby Bridge, in the Dales, Massam, Todmorden, not Todmorden, and Knaresborough. Yeah, no, I didn't think people mispronounced Knaresborough either, but apparently one commenter said that someone had asked where Knasburg was. And clearly now I will only ever refer to it as that. This is a tricky one in the Dales. You think you know how this is going to go, but it's not what you think. Aptrick. Then we've got Guiseley in Leeds, Uterbridge near Sheffield, and just down the road from there, Penistone. On your way into Whitby, there's three in a row that might confuse you. Russup, Gromont and Slights. And in the North York Moors National Park, it's not Chopgate, it's Chopyat, or even Yopyat, according to one commenter on the post. Now, confusingly, this place is Bark Green near Barnsley, or Bart Green, depending on who you're talking to. And yet this place near Malton is Great Bath. Yes, you heard it correctly, and yes, I would also change that pronunciation if I was there. Are there any more mispronounced places in Yorkshire? Stick them in the comments if there are. So a few weeks ago, I did a video about the most mispronounced places in Yorkshire, and it turns out I didn't cover many of the most mispronounced places in Yorkshire. Here are some of the other places people thought should have featured. So many people got in contact about this place, Keighley in West Yorkshire. People sick of it being referred to as Keighley. And yes, I know that local pronunciation might be a little bit different, but officially it's Keighley. Some of the other popular ones, Sorby Bridge, in the Dales, Massam, Todmorden, not Todmorden, and Knaresborough. Yeah, no, I didn't think people mispronounced Knaresborough either, but apparently one commenter said that someone had asked where Knasburg was. And clearly now I will only ever refer to it as that. This is a tricky one in the Dales. You think you know how this is going to go, but it's not what you think. Aptrick. Then we've got Guiseley in Leeds, Uterbridge near Sheffield, and just down the road from there, Penistone. On your way into Whitby, there's three in a row that might confuse you. Russup, Gromont and Slights. And in the North York Moors National Park, it's not Chopgate, it's Chopyat, or even Yopyat, according to one commenter on the post. Now, confusingly, this place is Bark Green near Barnsley, or Bart Green, depending on who you're talking to, and yet this place near Malton is Great Bath. Yes, you heard it correctly, and yes, I would also change that pronunciation if I was there. Are there any more mispronounced places in Yorkshire? Stick them in the comments if there are. So a few weeks ago, I did a video about the most mispronounced...
I love that kind of thing. Sorry about that. I was like zoning out watching that thing. It was like so hypnotic. Anyway, I can add some more for you. Double, how do you, in Bolton is pronounced double, dauble, double, and Greenacres in Oldham is Grinnikers. This is like that film Inception, a podcast within a podcast within a podcast within a podcast. Yeah, kind of. It can be that way. It can be that way. It can be that way. Mispronounced words are the funniest things on the planet. I wouldn't say they're the funniest things, but they can be quite funny. But how are you supposed to know? How are we supposed to know what towns say? It's like you go to New York and you go to Houston Street and you say, isn't it Houston Street? No, it's Houston. Well, how is that the funniest thing? Hi, everybody, says Russ. I just heard that Bill Cosby will be doing a voiceover in the new version of the Disney classic Sleeping Beauty. Okay, that could be a joke. That is a joke. Lud, oh sorry, Lud, says Daz. I didn't see your message before I posted mine. Okay, let's get. I think I'm. So, Judel says it's called Tomerdon, but it says on the thing it's Todmerdon. They don't pronounce it that way, says Judel. She's willing to fight. She's willing to fight for it. So, so this guy Streeting, I mean, he looks like he comes from like a criminal background with his grandmom and mom and great-grandmom. They were like all in prison all the time. Didn't you hear this thing? Didn't you hear about this thing about Wes Streeting? And he's gay. And he's gay too. But this is the problem with this. And he's come out and saying, I'm not trying to bring the prime minister down. Boy, I guess you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to bring the prime minister down. You're not allowed to. Why aren't you allowed to? Sorry, mispronounced words are the funniest thing on your planet, says Judel. Very funny. Very funny. Well, we like making Judels laugh. It's nice that she laughs. She likes to laugh. I mean, why can't, like, let's say they have a vote in Parliament. It might not even be the end of the Prime Minister. It used to be, before they changed the rules, I guess under Tony Blair, that if you voted to end the Prime Minister was gone. Now the Prime Minister has to resign. Otherwise, he's still there, or the government. It used to be they used to hold a political party. Judels probably knows all about this. They would have to hold a political whatchamacallit. They would have to hold a new election for the whole thing, which would mean that possibly Labor would not be put in power again, and that would be quite a messy thing for the Labor Party. But now, let's say they vote against the government, it just means that they have to hire a new prime minister, which means it's like an open discussion within the Labor Party, I guess. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's similar to how it's done in America, where they have a new Speaker of the House. What have you heard about that? Votes of no confidence still exist. It's how we ended up with Sunak. Yes, but they didn't have a new election after that. They voted Liz Truss in. It took like months and months, and meanwhile the country declined and declined. They wouldn't need an education, Lewis. Tories change leaders quicker than their own socks. Yes, but back in the day, if the parliament voted against a prime minister, they would have had to have had an election. Am I right or am I wrong? Let's not make jokes about Bill Cosby, please. They how conservative I become. So it's a different time. It's a different time. I mean, I heard that guy. I listened to Black Belt Barrister twice in order to understand it. Back in the day, if they voted against a government measure, they had to have an election at that moment. At that moment, they had to have a new election. But then they changed the rules and they said if they vote against a measure, that the prime minister has to leave, but only if he wants to leave. He's not even forced to leave. And then the king could replace him with somebody else. Do I know what I'm talking about? I'm not even sure. Who on earth would replace Starmer? There's no one competent enough to replace him. It's not even about competent enough. Starmer is doing his job, which is fighting for another country other than Britain. That's what his job is. You've got to understand how this country works. It's not about competence. It's not about being beloved or liked. It's about the Labor Party is fighting for, Keir Starmer is fighting for something other than competence. Black Belt Barrister depresses me a bit recently when he tries to sell me something and encourages me to sub to all of his channels, like he's not raking it in as he is. We don't know if he's raking it in. People think that I'm raking it in because I've got 9 million followers. But I'm not. I'm not raking it in. I'm not monetized. Are you thinking of a plebiscite or a referendum? No. Votes of no confidence don't happen because of debates regarding an issue. They happen because people are dim. A vote of no confidence is the parliamentarians voting against something that the government has put in place. No, Hunter. That's what I'm saying. It's not a plebiscite. It has nothing to do with a plebiscite. It has to do with a vote in Parliament. He is a parliament, and he's a lawyer. He's raking it in. What's wrong with raking it in? He's competent. Speaking of raking it in, why don't we all go and like this stream? Let's like this stream. Okay? Let's like it. And if we're not subscribers, we're rising in the number of subscriptions. I know I said 9 point something, but it's only 1,170 something subscriptions. But it's important that we like this thing, isn't it? It's important right down here. Do you see the thumbs up? Can everybody go over here? We've got only 5 thumbs up. Let me see how many people are watching this. Thank you. Thank you, Shanks Roast Beef. It says 24 people watching this. I don't know why only 24 people watching this. But do that. Also, go to Lewis Schaffer. What happened there? There we go. Go to Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. How about that? How about Discord? Go to Discord. How about go to Patreon or PayPal? Lewis Schaffer. Easy to find. I don't check on it to see who's been giving, but I do appreciate it when I see a name. I do, and it creates a warm feeling. It creates a very, very warm feeling, basically. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy. Starmer is a human rights lawyer at heart. He should never have been prime minister. Well, you should never. We shouldn't allow communists in the country. A human rights lawyer. He's not. He's a communist. That's not a human right. What about the rights of women to go into a bathroom without some creepy guy wearing a dress being in there? And what about my rights not to have the door knocked on because I said some creepy guy wearing a dress? That could be considered illegal, possibly. I want to apologize for saying something illegal. How can that be illegal? Because I think it's a creepy guy because he's wearing a dress? I saw the movie Psycho. No, Lewis. They vote against a cabinet or the prime minister, not because of their policies. They contribute to the decision of the vote, but that's not the reason. What does that mean? What does it mean it's not the reason? Okay? We don't need MPs anyway. We can just vote for policies on an app, and administrative people can just implement it. We can do that, but that's not the American system. I forgot we're not in America. But the American system isn't that. It isn't a democracy. It's a republic. And that's what this kind of sort of is. It's a republic with royalty. King Charles will not make many foreign visits as Queen Elizabeth did, because the Queen could go any distances, but the King can only move one space at a time. That's a joke, Russ. That is a joke. Do you know that the Queen never visited Israel? Never visited Israel. Queen Elizabeth. And Israel was in power through 50 years, and she never went there. Sunak should have been a CEO of some tech company rather than the prime minister. I think he wasn't he? Or is it the guy in America? They see it as a stepping stone for something else. He should have been a CEO? Yeah. I mean, they choose their political people differently in the Labor Party versus in the Labor Party. They choose them based on how much they actually believe in the Labor Party, how often they're able to go out to these stupid demonstrations and go door to door handing out flyers, and from what age. And the Tories, oh, you're a business executive. Oh, we'll make you an MP. I want to be a woman and have an easy life as a rich man's wife. Is that a song? Lucky Scott, closest anyone's come to that. I don't know what that is all about. Issues solely settled in debate, referendum, or plebiscites, sometimes even committees. Issues are solely settled. No, they should have votes. Don't they have votes? But the problem with the system that's in this country is the parliamentary system is if you don't vote the way the prime minister wants you to vote, often you get deselected, which means you can't run again, which means the people are denied their own choice. And because people are very tribal in this country, they don't have a choice of who their candidate is going to be. The Foreign Office told the Queen not to visit Israel. Probably it's true. They've been famous for their anti-Semitism, Joodles. But the Queen should have said, F you, Foreign Office. But she didn't. She didn't. Why didn't she? Why didn't she fight more? Why? Why didn't the Queen fight more? Lots of anti-Semitism in this country. Remember, the Jews were kicked out of the country twice. Kicked out twice. And you can Google that. I'm not sure myself about that, but I've heard that. Massacred in York. That's up by you, Joodles, up there, York. Isn't Joodles by York? Oh, they're shooting people in the street. Can you believe Angela Rayner came from a working class background, so say, and made it all the way, slipped up over some tax avoidance. Now it's all over for her. How ridiculous, says Daz. We don't know if she's done. Is she done? Is she done? But that's basically because she was handing out flyers, and she represented something to these people. So they made her an MP. That's how it works. You get made an MP. And then they say, oh, we need 50% of the candidates to be women. Maybe 50% don't want to be women. Then that's torturing them to find someone. Basically. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? What am I going to have for dinner? I've eaten too much today. I went out and bought some bread, and I hope Claire is not here to hear me say that I bought some bread. I brought some bread, and I had 3 small slices of bloomer. You know, it's like this big. It's not big. It's about 60 grams of bread. 60 grams. But then I went out and walked about 5,000 steps. Maybe afterwards I'll walk again. Maxim of customer service. You can't help thick people. Is that? I don't think that's what they say. I don't think that's what they say. Is that what they say? I don't think that's what they say. I can't believe that's what they're gonna say. So what else have we not discussed? What did we discuss today? I don't remember what we discussed today. King Charles will not make many foreign visits as Queen Elizabeth because the Queen could go any distance. Oh, okay. Oh, I read that before. That's a Queen King joke in chess, basically. I can't post the link here, but I've sent it to you. She wanted to go. And what they prevented her from going, the Foreign Service, she couldn't make a stink about it and say, I'm the Queen of England and the Foreign Service is preventing me from doing so. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at me. Look at me when I was 23 years old or 24. Look at how handsome I was. Or Arabic looking, whatever. I could have gone into a mosque. Look at that. Look at that. Would you? Would you? There's my father. Okay, so that's a good news. So where did you send it to? Let me see what's going on over here. Let me see what's going on over here. I'm afraid to press a button because who knows what's going to come up. Some kind of nudity. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the Jeffrey Epstein thing. We're not going to discuss that. We're not going to discuss that. Okay, here we go. Serial killer vibe. You can. I'll read it later. I'll read it later. Okay, we're going to end our show right now. This has been all right. It's a bit of the first part I thought was really good, and I felt sad when Huntley left. But we'll move on. We're moving on to a new day. There's a new day coming. A new day coming. A new day coming. Is there anything that anybody else wants to add? Have I forgotten anything, Kermit or Joodles? Is Lucy still here watching? No, Munter, anything, Daz. Let me thank you guys. We're going to end a couple of minutes early because I am a bit tired. Could you tell I'm a bit tired? I'm a bit tired. Carrie B, thank you for coming in. Daz, Lud, Joodles, MC Scott, Gnome Hunter, Kermit, Vatanai. Thank you for coming in. Russ, 1974. Russ. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Joe. If I forget anybody, tell me at the end of the show. Tell me. I appreciate it. Vatanai, God bless you. Lud, again and again, thank you very much for being here. Darklands, always great to see you, Darklands. 6 badges. Flair, Mark the Rosian, thank you for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Andrew Rubin, I didn't forget about you. Andrew, I appreciate you being here. Salar at Audax. I mean, it's just, we've had a nice show. It's not the best show. I got a bit tired. I've had cups of tea and cups of coffee, and it's not working. I need to figure out how to sleep more. Maybe Kate Gwynn was here. Thank you, Kate. Is there anybody's? I'm talking to you people out there. Have I forgotten to mention your name? Because I don't like to do that. Lucy, thank you, Lucy. Lucy is still here. Thank you, Lucy. Just really, really appreciate you being here. And I think this has been a good show. I don't know. What did we discuss? I don't even remember what we discussed. What did we discuss? Let me find out. Let me see. We had a guest. We had guest Huntley. Huntley was our guest. Anything else that we discussed? I don't remember. So we'll see you. We'll see you at 10:30. Will we see you at 10:30 tonight? I hope we will. I hope before you go, you can press the like thing. We got 30-something people in here. Let's press the like. Let's press like and see how many people have liked. The liking is the thumbs up. 22 people. Let's see if we get to 30. Let's see. Everybody press the like thing. Everybody. I guess that's it. What is the 4-7-8 method for sleep? Low carbon is good for sleep. I mean, a high oxygen levels. Probably it is. Probably it is. But we'll do something else. Everybody, I'm gonna say goodbye, and then this show is getting easier and easier to do. I'm gonna say goodbye, and then I'm going to go to the end stream, so you'll be able to write stuff. Okay? Not 2, 4, 6, 8. It's never too late. Like when I go here, you're not going to hear my voice, but you're going to be able to write something. You can write something. We love and worship you. Thank you, Russ. I totally appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much for saying that. Thank you for saying that. It's champagne o'clock. Lud, 28. Do we have 28? 28 watts. Yeah, 28. That's good. Let's get it. Just go check. Just go check, everybody. Thank you, Lucy. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you doing that. Lud, thumbs up to Lud. Okay. I'm not ending the stream. I'm just ending my participation in it. We'll see you tonight at 10:30.